Hello. So this is the first episode of the Super Election Series. We're sat here with two candidates for the president position. We're going to have a bit of fun talk, get to know you guys a little bit more, and we'll go from there. Yeah. My name is Josie. Hussein Malik, I'm the station manager for Nerve Radio. This is my sidekick.
I'm Amy. I do head of evenings. And Nev,
Sorry. Wow. She said the little
I'm not going for president, I'm not going to lie.
I was asked to be president, in no way. I thought about it, I was like, I don't have the time. So, respect to you guys. Who do.
Thank you. You were back to you, didn't you?
Let's find out a little bit more about who you are, what are your names. Give us some.
Well, I think I'll just go because I'm in the mic. My name is Omar. I am Omar. Who am I? I want to be your next president. To be fair, I believe that, I don't know if I'm supposed to start that by saying that now. Well, I feel like my profile is about just trying to say that I do possess skills that would aid equality and engagement for all BU students. I believe that your next president should be able to introduce and develop skills, that will promote employability for the benefit of all students. That's who Omar is. Omar is an authentic leader. So yeah.
What course do you do?
Sorry, I forgot to say that. I'm studying a master's in management events analytics. So it's a little bit of both IT and business and management. Yeah, so it's a master's degree.
She said range. Love that.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Thank you.
Hi. I'm Tanya Bellows, and I'm also running for your Super President. And I'm an environmental science student. I've managed to do it for 5 years now. Somehow I stretched out a 3-year degree into 5, which is very exciting. So yeah, I've done my placement, and then when I went part-time for my final year. So yeah, I've just got a good range of student experience within that as well, which I feel helps because I can understand students more through that, I believe. So yeah, bringing that environmental part to it really, obviously BU is obviously very environmental already.
Sustainability.
Yeah, it's hot on that. But there's a few gaps, and I think that as an environmental scientist and an activist for 9 years, I can really bring something to that. So yeah.
That's great. When you see the gaps, you know the issues, you can point them out.
Exactly.
Cool. But before we jump into any of the nitty gritty, the little manifesto, what you guys are here for, we just want to know a little bit more about you guys.
So one fun fact about you to start off. I know very
Yourself.
Yourself.
I think you should start, Tanya. I'm trying to think about it.
Oh, well, someone. One fun fact: I never wear shorts. Not
Ever?
outing myself, but
Never
ever.
ever.
Really?
We can change
Yeah.
What
that.
about in the summer? What do you?
He just bakes.
He's just
pants or
all up.
I was like, where they suit? No, like trousers. You know, flowy trousers.
Yeah.
Not this. But yeah.
Harems. I used to
Harems.
think harems. That's a fun fact about me. I used to think that harems were called hymens.
What? What's harems? This is quality content we're getting here.
Take it out. No.
Harems?
Harem pants. They're like, the floaty ones. I thought that's what you're saying. We've gone way off topic already. Queen of tangents. Just throwing that out there.
Harems. Have you heard of a harem?
No.
Oh, we said Fashion Nova. I'm here for it.
Educators,
Do you know
Tanya.
any? No. Does anyone else know?
Not the
what
big
harem
baggy.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
floaty
No,
things.
photography making an appearance.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
For a moment, I was like, have I slipped into an alternate reality where nobody knows what harems are?
I think it's just a name.
Maybe I'm just not tuned in the fashion industry. That's okay.
What about your fun fact? You got one yet?
Well, my fun fact is I actually want to be a DJ, which is weird. Not weird.
No.
If you know me personally, you know that I actually love music, and I have a personal playlist that I feel like, everyone should listen to. It's called March Vibes,
We'll on the plug.
I don't know, that's one fun fact about me, to be fair, that I feel like no one really knows, except you know me properly.
Have you actually DJed though?
When I was doing my undergraduate degree, right, I just had this phase where a bunch of my friends used to always make me DJ their parties. But literally, it used to be like parties in the halls, so it wasn't necessarily anything so special, to be fair. And every single time, everyone wanted some new music or something, because I think that time there wasn't Apple Music, so it was just iTunes, right? So and most people didn't have a proper library, and that used to be my thing, having an organized library. So and people used to just come and ask me for songs. So yeah, so I actually have, but unofficially.
On the radio.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Well,
make a meeting after this.
Yeah.
I was going to say, just following on to that, So if you could see one artist or band right now in a concert, who would you see?
To be fair, I think I would see Masego just because like Chico is going for a Masego concert. She's a VP education, and I love him, and she loves him as well. And we're talking about going for the concert, but she's already going, right? And there's this new song called I can't remember what it's called.
Silk.
Is it Silk?
I love yeah.
No, photography just knows everything.
It's just
I
I just want to see him in concert because like he just has this very jazzy, nice vibe, to his music. So yeah, I think that's one person I would see.
What is on here?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to see Tool in May, which is very exciting. So they're very hard to describe. They are a progressive rock band, but they use their timing signatures using sacred geometry. It is insane. They've been around since like I think the 80s. I might be getting that wrong. Yeah.
Wow, who's a mathematician?
Wow.
I'm here for it.
It's really, it's just like it's deep as it really gets deep. Yeah, I really do recommend them. The visuals are awesome and stuff. And yeah, and there's another artist who's coming to Bristol in I think April called Dub FX. He's an Australian artist. He beatboxes and he loops everything over itself. So it's all just his voice. He's a human sound instrument. It's very cool.
Was that range? Not this.
Yeah, that's really fun.
Oh, that's so cool. I was expecting like listen to Taylor Swift, you know what I mean, the usual, but use that range.
I think I like Ariana Grande as well.
Yeah, basically, I can't speak to her for quirky.
Yeah. Going back to my random fact, I'm not happy about the Hyman one. So I panicked, I'm sorry. So yeah, I really love pole dancing. I used to be a pole fitness person. So for my entertainment...
Someone has a little experience with that, doesn't she?
I do pole fitness. I smashed my knee yesterday into the pole.
Smashed it?
Oh, I did.
We love the drama.
Yeah, so I really wanted to get involved, but it's just been so manic. So yeah, but I was doing it for about 7 years. I got my own pole at home. And I just love it because it's the trust that you have in your own body. Just like you can just feel when you're going to get something, or if you're not going to get something, then you just think, don't do it. So yeah,
I got a pole breaks.
Nice.
That's really nice. And you felt like you could challenge yourself.
Yeah,
move yourself like that because I could never.
I love being upside down. I think that's what it is about throwing myself around.
You have to do like your whole body weight, isn't it?
Yeah, which to be fair for me isn't that much.
Speaking of music,
like a pebble. So yeah.
Are we expecting to see you guys at the summer ball coming up in July, June?
I would love to.
Pop on over. A bit of a plug. If you vote for Cebu elections, you are drafted into winning a summer ball ticket. So there's about 5 summer ball tickets that they're giving away. So go out there and vote for one of these 2 lovely presidents or the other ones that are not here today. But represent.
Catch us at the summer ball.
Yeah, feel your power indeed.
Let's get to know you a little bit more as kind of president vibes. First of all, we want to know why you're running for the position that you're running for. So Tanya, do you want to start off?
Sure, yeah, I can go. So I hadn't actually thought about it before, and then Sugu approached me saying, hey, we've seen your leadership, we'd love to see you step up into the next role. And I was like, what? I don't know, explored it some more. And I just really, like I said, I've been an activist for 9 years, and I've just got a lot of really strong ideas and strong ideals, strong morals, I think. I mean, it's down to perspective at the end of the day, isn't it? But I really care about people, and I really care about the environment. And, being a student here for 5 years, I feel like I understand the nuanced experiences that comes with it. And I think the most important thing is just to listen to people. And I want to amplify people's voices. It's not about me. It's not like, oh, hey, I'm the president, I'm the boss at all, there's no hierarchy between the roles. So when I was looking at which role to apply for after Sulu asked me to go for it, I kind of skimmed over president because I was like, how dare I? And then I thought, how dare I? And I went for it. I did. So yeah.
Well, that's a big question.
It just fit a lot more than the other ones. So yeah.
But have you got the leadership skills then?
Yeah, definitely. I'm president of the Reducitarian Society, and I've guided them to 5 stars. And I'm a climate action student leader here as well, and I've done all kinds of stuff like that. So yeah.
What made you want to be an activist for so long? What made you be so sustainable and green?
I think it's always been in my blood. I've always cared. Even as a kid, I was just like running around the house, turn the lights off, and like, this is bad for the environment.
I
did that. My dad just tells me I didn't put a lot
of your parents love you though. The bills, the saving bills.
Yeah. And then my first protest was one against Monsanto, which is like the biggest GMO company that's kind of operating everything behind, but nobody knows it exists kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I went to the protest just wanting to learn more. I was like, I'm not going to go to a protest if I don't know what I'm talking about. So, but the best way to learn about it seems to be just to go and talk to other people who are protesting and ask them, what is this? What's going on? So I went to London and just asked those questions. And then after some time, I was like, okay, give me a picket sign. Let's go. So yeah, and I just think that bringing activism into the system makes more sense as well, because you can only do so much from the outside, but if you're on the inside listening to people and connecting and just bringing that in, you know, because as an environmental scientist, like the gaps between science and policy really need to be bridged. So ultimately that's what I want to do, and this is a perfect opportunity as president. So
Oh, brilliant.
yeah.
Oh, succinct. That was great.
Thanks.
All right, Omar.
Well, thank you, Tanya.
The stairs quite high.
That was very, very long.
Thank you. Sorry, yeah.
I actually love like your overall profile, just because like you're so passionate about what you do and you're not like shy to talk about it, which is very good. You're welcome, girl. To be fair, I think, I know I wanted to be president because, I mean, coming into the fact that I wanted to even run for my previous role as VP Student Opportunities, in the sense like the experiences that I had garnered, you know, the skills, you know, just working, you know, with the Student Opportunities team, just made me understand that, number one, I had wanted to just fight for students in terms of like employability skills, trying to just lobby the university for more in-person job fairs. But like at the same time, I didn't know what I was doing because I just started, right? But like me just being in the role, like just embodying myself with it, like I understood that, number one, it just made me understand that, one, trying to foster an overall student advancement is my passion. You know, I want employability skills for everyone. I want everyone to be able to be employed as soon as they leave university.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like I wanted to be president, or I know that I wanted to be president because, one, I had gathered some experiences that I felt like, one, equality, you know, engagement. How do I go about it? How do I go about wanting to improve the university? How do I make students aware of certain opportunities that are there for them, you know? And I was like, yeah, thinking about off the top of my head, what do I want to fix? Student issues, which I had already known, you know. To be fair, as I deal with the kind of society, so you don't necessarily have to be, what's the word? You don't necessarily have to speak about every issue that there is in Subu. But I feel like when I wanted to be president, I was like, okay, so what do I want to actually do? You know, and international students, one, the arrival process is just daunting. You know, BU supports, but I feel like there just isn't enough understanding about the situation. You understand? That was one. I felt like, how can I help every class of students? Like, how do I help the graduate students that are graduating? Most students graduate and they don't necessarily have like the sense of trying to understand where their career is going to, so it's the all-round career development for them, you know. But they are lost in the sense that, you know, they just had their parents and probably like their immediate sibling to speak about those issues with. I feel like the university can support with that, because as a student, when you graduate, you still do need like additional help.
Yeah.
You know, for international students, you are given an opportunity to pursue a postgraduate 2 years route. For a home student, you are given you already have the opportunity to look for jobs, you understand, and better yourself. But you can't better yourself as a home student if you don't know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have the nudge. Some students they don't necessarily have the nudge, and you definitely do need that nudge. So I feel like having the opportunity to open that to students is something that I think I can lobby the university to provide, you know, if they actually listen.
Well, I'm curious though, because you are the VP of Student Opportunities now. Why didn't you run for president last year, or did you?
No, actually, it's weird because my twin sister ran for president last year, and I just wanted to run for VP Student Opportunities. And I remember saying to myself, or saying to her, like, why do you actually want to run for president? And she gave me a very, very clear-cut reasons why she wanted to do, why she wanted to do so. But I feel like I chose VP Student Opportunity because I felt like I resonated with the role. And, you know, having to understand what that role is now, you know, I want more. I want more for students. I want more for myself. I want more for the university. And I feel like I can only do that by, you know, taking up the role as president. I feel like being the president of, you know, of SUBU, you know, allows you the opportunity because you're in certain meetings that, I would say, make or break the university for students. I feel like the university, post-COVID, I feel like we are giving we're giving adequate support, you know, in terms of trying to understand the hybrid system, but at the same time, you know, we don't have. I'm kind of articulating myself. I feel like we haven't pushed ourselves enough to actually support students with getting premium campus experience. You know, and I say that in the sense that, you know, there are certain things that, you know, students were used to pre-COVID rather, that, you know, even now that we are, you know, I would say some people say have COVID, but like, I mean, we can say that we have kind of surpassed the major part of the pandemic, you know, but I feel like, you know, there are still certain things that need to transition to being normal, you know, and I feel like that can be done by the university, but they still need a launch anyway. I don't know if I'm just mumbling or if I'm answering the question.
No, that's alright. I think it's great though because, you know, you guys are two, you know, you're running for the same position, but you have kind of two different things that you're focusing on. But both of you can clearly tell that you're very passionate about the path you're taking, and at the end of it all, like, you are very much like student oriented and focused on the students. So I'm here for it. I'm very much here for it. And as international students myself, I'm right there with you in terms of the journey of integration and stuff like that. So I'm living for this. But come up to, you know, your passion. We're kind of curious about.
What motivates you to work hard? I know you kind of said about it already, but can you kind of summarise it a bit more clearly?
Do you want me to start first or can you?
Treat yourself, why not?
Okay, what motivated me to work hard? I would say there's two things. My passion for wanting overall student advancement. That was what prompted me to work harder, you know, to wanting the role. Two, I would say my knack for actually just wanting employed. I feel like I would say this, not to mumble. I would say the employability potential of a student is literally you can only know that over time, right? And if the potential is not fostered or is not harnessed in that individual over time, it will never be. You know, if you don't take note or be aware of the fact that you need to improve students, not just academically, but outside the academic pursuits. You know, because I feel like employability skills goes beyond, no matter how you want to put it, goes beyond academic pursuits. You could be successful. Nowadays, you don't necessarily even need to go to school to be successful, but I mean, we're all in the university, and I feel like there are certain other skills that could be finessed, apart from you being in school. You know, but how do you do that if, like, we as students don't know that these opportunities are available for us? I did like 3 events where I was keynote speakers for employability opportunities for students. I would say that the engagement on these events were very, very low, and for me, it just kind of sparked something in me, and I was like, how do I actually better engagement with students? How do I make them aware of the opportunities that are available for students? Because most times, especially when we even have the summits, you hear students saying, oh, or even speaking to you normally, like personal testimonies, you hear students saying, oh, I don't think there is this, I don't think there is that. I don't know this and I don't know that. But in reality, you know, there are certain opportunities that SUBO has actually just said, this would be great for students. But students don't know about it, and how do I actually go about like helping students see that they actually can benefit from these opportunities? I feel like that was where my passion started from. That's why I wanted to work harder. I felt like the skills that I possessed, you know, could aid engagement, could aid equality among students. Most students aren't necessarily even aware. You know, I watched a video the other day of a normal human being, you know, I think a trans person, and you know, they got spat on, you know, and by a a white male, and he was with his friends, and they egged him on. And I feel like in a normal situation, in a normal society, we're in 2022. We should be able to go beyond that. Act properly, act accordingly. And I felt that person's pain in the sense that in reality you're supposed to be aware of the fact that that's a trans person, that's a human being.
Yeah.
But most people aren't necessarily aware, or maybe they're just ignorant about the fact, about that fact. So these are just ways that I feel like I could fight for students. I feel like my passion for employability, 1, my passion for equality, 2, my passion for engagement, 3, and that's kind of it for me, to be honest. Just wanting everyone to succeed. I feel like my motto is being an authentic leader. I decided to be an authentic leader when I came into my role, just because I feel like, I know that, based off knowing what an authentic leader is someone that, develops his subordinates. And everyone that he or she comes in contact with, is advanced, the person improves in whatever area they're in, and I feel like that's kind of what I resonate with. I resonate with being an authentic leader, because I feel like authentic leadership is just being yourself, being normal, showing people that you could help them. I feel like for instance, you could be an incubator of someone's success, but not someone, it could be different people. And I feel like, as president, I'm not going to be just instrumental in just one person's story. I feel like I could be instrumental in, a bunch of students' lives, in terms of just trying to impact it and be impactful. So that's it for me. I feel like an authentic leader, has a vision to developing others, and that's what I am, an authentic leader. So that's Omar, Omar. Thank you.
That was
So
like,
passionate.
Very strong points as well.
Yeah.
Very points are really strong.
I know we're conscious on time, but Tanya, please give us, what motivates you. But I also would love to kind of dip into one of your manifesto points, and referring to, you were talking about like lockdown and resources and the pay that students are going to get after they graduate from university. We'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Sure. So I'll break it down a little bit. So the first question was what motivates me to work hard. So, life is short, and not just my life, everyone. We've got so much to get through, so much to do. We're all important. We've all got, like you're saying, there's so many different types of people with so many different, things going on in their life, and what's important to them. How do we reach out to those people, engage with them, and just make their experience the best that it can be, and that's for yourself as well. Like, what do I want with my own life, and how am I going to go get it? So and again, very driven personally by things like the climate breakdown, climate crisis. It is terrifying, and having gone through 5 years of this with my course, it's like the time is now, and it's so important, and integrating that with the society aspect of it as well, which is huge. So, like you're saying about employability. It's 81% of students want the UN Sustainable Development Goals integrated through the courses. And again, as an environmental scientist and an activist, I really feel like I can help push this forward. And that increases our employability as well, because more and more employers are looking for green jobs, green skills and everything like that. So that's where I want to bring that into it. And in terms of the other points you were saying in my manifesto about the loan reimbursements and things like that. So I'm so heated about this, honestly. I'm so heated.
We love passion.
So exactly, I just think that it's just such a shame that we were pushed into these online learning conditions, which obviously we had to be, because what was the alternative? But the university wasn't prepared to deliver it. And we've got the Open University, which I believe is $3,000 a year, but they are ready for it. They're set up. They know how to do online learning because it's based around that. Ours was just a rushed, okay, quick, let's swap over to this.
Yeah.
And they did a brilliant job with what they had, like credit where credit is due, but the students just missed out. And then you've got the government and the uni batting back and forth saying, oh, the university saying, oh, it's the government's problem if people want their loans back, and then, the government then saying, oh, well, it's the university's choice. It's like, okay, well, we need to figure this out, because this is not fair on the people that have started university, didn't have any facilities, resources, field trips, lab work, direct access, the mental health crisis that was around all of that as well, which is absolutely horrendous. So, I don't know if it would be a full loan reimbursement, because at the end of the day, we did learn, things happened, it was great, but there needs to be consideration that the uni was running the uni wasn't running, but the electricity was still going and everything like that. And it's just like all of these things. And the students didn't get that full experience, and that should be reimbursed. And there are active campaigns to help make this happen. So it's not just me. It's not just me going, oh, I think we can do this. It's like, no, as a group, that's collectively we can do this. And law students and scholars and activist groups and everything. I think we can all really come together, not just us, but with different universities, and get that back, because it's not right.
We keep talking about back and forth, but really the students are the ones disprivileged, and our voices aren't heard. And especially for international students, we pay about 13, 14K in comparison to locals, and that's coming out of our own our own pocket. So with those things, but then you don't want to get too much into politics or government, because this is not your place. A very interesting point, very great points, and a lot of passion, a lot of drive, and I'm here for it. Do you have any further questions before we wrap this up?
How long do we have? What is your hidden talent, a party trick, real quick? I really want to know.
I can move my ears.
Do you have a hidden trick?
No.
We'll just be DJing the whole again.
Okay, one last thing, because obviously we are radio, we're talking. What is your favourite song, your feral song, you're in the club, you go absolutely mental for, and we will play it during the thing.
Oh, so you're talking to playlist queens here.
See,
I'm here.
Well,
time's ticking. You walk into a room with Lolly.
Should we do ours first?
You go upstairs.
What's yours?
No, it changes.
Would it be in the club, or would you just be?
It could be
like,
anywhere. You could be walking down the road.
Yeah, literally. If I hear Boogie Wonderland, I just. Oh, who's Wonderland too?
Any moment me, I'm here for it.
Yeah. What's yours? Women? Would I go?
Oh, woman Buddha is a vibe. Well, at least been passed out by Jim Temper.
Oh.
That one is.
To be fair, if I'm trying to just chill, I feel like for me it's Bliss. I think Bliss Around.
Her.
By Masego.
She's got the phone out. She's looking.
Bliss Abroad, actually, by Masego. So that's a good one.
Oh, Masego making an appearance again. Oh, I'm here for it.
And I feel like if I was in the club or something, it would probably be something Amapiano, just cause that's what I like right now. So anything Amapiano, I'm good. I know that.
Piano?
No. It's literally a genre of music. It's called Amapiano. It's like it's a South African genre of music.
I'm here for it. Forced to make an appearance. What are you, Tanya?
Yeah, so I know earlier, obviously I mentioned progressive rock, things like that. So it feels so like, I don't want to sound like a hipster. I'm like, I have like such a range of music now.
She's so different. I'm not like other girls.
Oh, get it off. No. So I used to work in this club called Unit, which was a little bit like Sound Circus. It's in Southampton. And so I just loved that, because things like Rage Against the Machine would come on while somebody is someone's ordered a drink. They're like, hey, can I get vodka, lemonade, whatever. Just as the lyrics are saying, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. So I can just like get it back.
But we're here for it.
No, it was such a good time. So I used to work in a bookshop at the same time as working in this like nightclub. So by day I was just like, we'll be
just cottage core by day. Rage.
Absolutely.
I'm
here for
it. Yeah, I love the pop as well. It like tickles the idiot gland. So it's just, I love dancing. I love dancing.
I love the book club thing. I used to work at the bookstore just because like your picture, right?
Oh yeah.
I love how like the picture just turned out. And when you said that, like that's all I could think about.
Thank you. The prophecy is coming true.
It's been really lovely chatting with you guys. I'm so sorry I had to wrap this up.
That's alright.
But thank you very much for getting on
Thank you.
and speaking to us and sharing about your points. Super Elections, if you want to read about more of their manifestos, that will be published online on subi.org.uk. But you're going to see them up and around with a campaign from in a few weeks' time.
It's on Monday. Ready to go
less
in
than
a few days' time.
I'm trying. But thank you very much.
Thanks for having us. That's awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for your time.